Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Destination Uri. We bit of an update on Camlough, Bessbrook, and Derrimore, just to see what's going on this week or what has gone on in the past week. Okay, so I'd like to start off with Crossmaglen. They're obviously doing celebrating Seachta na Gaeilge. So this is obviously the native tongue and making sure people are using it, and they're certainly promoting it in the area. So GA clubs, it's not just about the football or the hurling. There's also all aspects of our culture, be it the language and the dance and the music as well. So there you go. This is a wee competition, and there's 4 different paragraphs there that people can use, 4 different sayings. So tuas moi that na obre. Obviously, I'm just winging it, but a good start is half the work. And then you have Neil in, Chinin more Tohenin Fian, and there's no place like home. We bit like Wizard of Oz. So I'm not too sure the pronunciation for this. So Goran Bert Boher to shorten the road, and Nihe la na pasture la na pasture, and that is a rainy day. It's not out there for children. So anyhow, this is a bit of a competition. Young kids can, enter into this. All they have to do is make their own poster with that particular saying on it, A4 size, and send it in before the 17th of March. So if you go on to the Crossmaglen Facebook page, you get all the details, and it's a great way of both learning the language and promoting the language. So fair play to Crossmaglen. I'd also like to go on to Camlough Rovers. Obviously, yesterday was International Women's Day. So maybe, Cahill, if you can get the photograph up, the way Camlough Rovers promoted it, there's a photograph of the women's team in Camlough Rovers. And, so yesterday was International Women's Day. So that's a global event, marking, the day that people celebrate the achievements of women throughout the world, and also about women's rights, be it, gender equality, reproductive rights, a whole raft of stuff that women have had to battle and fight for all down through the years. Unfortunately for us, we still live in a patriarchal society, so it is always and continues to be a struggle for women's rights. So the way that Camlough Rovers have done it, they've obviously, presented their senior team, and they have spoken about the equality policies that they would have for the use of their training pitches and their main pitch as well. So things like that are good for promoting, equality within our society, and also ensuring that women feel, rightly so, that they have their place, within our society. And as I say, it is an ongoing battle because unfortunately we still live in a patriarchal society. An awful lot of people, including, people like myself, have come along leaps and bounds. But it was incredible because I was watching, you think you're progressive, I was watching a program on Netflix called Ashes to Ashes, and it was a throwback to 1981. And I was shocked and stunned at what was just the casual sexism, and people just in those days just sort of took it as a norm. But even though you live through it, when you see it again, 40 years later, I must admit it does shock you, and you certainly wouldn't want to be going back to those days. So an awful lot of work yet to be done, as we can see, recently with the likes of Trump getting into power, not exactly a progressive feminist, but in fact, quite the opposite. So an awful lot of work still yet to be done with regards to women's rights. So International Women's Day, it's a global event. Okay, and fair play to Camlough Rovers, for celebrating it. I'd also like to, if you can go on to Creve Rua. Creve Rua have a wee initiative at the moment. Just if you can get up there, that's Karen Coyne's Day. Yeah, that's it there. If you can play that, Cahill, for me, please. That's dead on. That's brilliant. So that's a wee booklet that Creve Rua have produced, and it's for young people. It's the 2 mascots that were named quite recently. Let me see if I can find so Bua and Cullen. Those are the two mascots, and they're using the book to give out to young people, to give out to young members of the club, in order to recruit more members. And like absolutely fantastic game, hurling, and a fantastic club. So fair play to Creve Rua for doing that, and it'll be great just to see that being promoted and hopefully attracting more recruits into that club. So again, fair play to Creve Rua. I'd also like to go on to Curring Coins. Curring Coins, as you know, we were involved with them for the close appeal for We Alfie, the campaign for Alfie. And I see that campaign is still up and running, which is absolutely brilliant. Those people up Camlough Mountain quite recently involved in fundraising and highlighting, that particular issue. So I actually saw there tonight, it was just unbelievable, the progress that young Alfie has made since he began his treatment. Absolutely fantastic. But anyway, Curring Coins, back to Curring Coins, local charity. Obviously they have to pay their bills and they have to, sustain the charity itself. So they're selling candles, as you can see there. And if anybody wants to purchase, to make a wee contribution to Curring Coins, just go onto their Facebook page and you can get the link there, and you can follow it up. Okay, back to just there was news that we got there during last week, and that was the closing of many branches of the Bank of Ireland throughout the island of Ireland. Unfortunately for us, that includes the branch in Crossmaglen and one in Keady as well. So there is a public meeting. It's by Zoom this Thursday. It's been hosted by Connor and Aoife. Aoife Finnegan is the local councillor in Cross. So that's to give people a bit of an idea of what they have been doing to date to try and retain the services, and give people an opportunity for a bit of a Q&A session. The first thing about it is, Bank of Ireland, it's a commercial enterprise. It certainly is in the north, even though it was the state that built it out in the south. But their objective in life is profits. It's not about providing a service for people, a service people deserve. Because when the bank closes down in Cross, well, that's the last bank. Where do people go? Particularly, if you're local and you haven't got transport, you have to make your way into Newry, which is probably the closest for another bank. So that's a service. It's not, that's a service that's been taken out of the area that people have depended on for years, and not everybody is digital savvy. So it's easy to say, well, people can go online and stuff like that. There, first and foremost, an awful lot of houses still haven't got proper access to broadband, and secondly, older people might not necessarily have the ability or even have the equipment, to go online. So it's definitely depriving. And also local businesses, if they've got takings, where do they go? They have to, you can either go out of one of the local businesses and into the bank and obviously lodge, whatever it is you have to lodge, or now you have to make the journey the whole way down to Newry. So again, it's very, very important, that if you're sort of interested in this, that you take the opportunity on Thursday night to tune into that. Okay, thanks, Cal. I'd also like to mention this is a survey that the council have put online at the moment. As you can see, Newry, Mourne and Down District Council, but believe it or not, that actually includes South Armagh. That is something that obviously we have to rectify, because if you're not part of the corporate name, as I said last week, then you're definitely going to be suffering for it, and we've been discriminated for long enough. So anyhow, the survey is about the regeneration of Newry, which is an absolutely exciting project, a massive investment for Newry City. It is certainly something, particularly coming out of the pandemic, that the local economy and local people in the area could do with, because this will create employment. It'll certainly put Newry City on the map. Newry, geographically, it is in a great position, to attract investors from the right across the world. So, but at the end of the day, investors will always come in and take a look at local government just to see how efficient and how effective they are. And if you're running out of what we hope to be a powerhouse, the new civic centre, obviously that's going to be more of a chance of attracting investors to the area. So you're talking about the civic centre, a theatre and conference room, offices, grade A offices. For example, they're talking about the decentralisation of many of the civil service jobs out of Belfast. So on the one hand, there's no point in calling for that, which I think is the right thing to do. But if you haven't got somewhere to put people whom you need to work within the civil service. So this is an opportunity to ensure that Newry is very firmly on the map. And I know there has been a commitment given by the Department of Finance, that part of the jobs will be distributed to Newry. Also city car parking, and of course the city park, for the 15-acre park currently at Albert Basin. So there's a massive amount of work that can be done, that will be done, but it needs your support. So here's your opportunity. And the other thing about it is, it's not just local money. This is also part of the Belfast region city deal. So there's over £8 million to be invested into this particular programme. So it would be an awful sin to waste this opportunity. So it'd be great, for people just to take a bit of time out. You'll get the link on the Newry Morning Down website, or also on their Facebook page, and just take a few minutes just to fill that in. And remember, at the end of the day, when this is all done and dusted, these are public buildings, but anything that's generated out of it will also go back into the public purse, so that'll be just fantastic for the region, and even though we're from South Armagh, it's important that, because an awful lot of us, you work in Newry, people have been educated in Newry, that's where we get our health service, so it's important that if there's more investment attracted to Newry City, that'll obviously have a very positive impact in the surrounding area, be it South Down, South Armagh, etc., and even North Louth, so please take a bit of time out, and do that survey. Okay, thanks, Cal. I'd like to now just go on to some of the birthday greetings for this week. And there's Kathleen Hughes, Kathleen from Camlough Park. That's her with her great-grandson, Oshie, celebrating her birthday. As you know yourself, Cal, you never ask a lady what age she is, so he didn't, so I don't know. But anyhow, hopefully she has a great day, and very much a happy birthday to Kathleen. I think it's her birthday today. Aidan Mathers, this is Aidan, a colleague of mine from John F. Kennedy Park. That's Aidan and Margaret. So it's Aidan's birthday today. And again, I'm not too sure what age Aidan is, but hopefully he had a good day, and happy birthday to you. Okay, Remy Kieran. Remy, originally from the Green Road. That's him with his parents, Sheila and Sean. So Remy is in Australia at the moment. He's been there quite a number of years, and God knows what time it is in Australia, but hopefully he'll see this. But an absolutely massive happy birthday to you, Remy. And it's Remy was one of the hurlers, very good hurler for Creve, and it's his birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, Remy, and enjoy it. Another one of our locals who went out to Australia, that's Megan Hughes, and it was just Megan McNulty now since she got married, and to JJ from just off the Kegel Road, close to the mountain, and that's herself, JJ, and their baby daughter over in Australia. So happy birthday, Megan. I think it's her birthday tomorrow as well, so hopefully you have a great day, and no doubt the weather will be much better than what we're getting tonight. Another birthday boy here, and I didn't realize until tonight, if you can get this up, this is from Mark Kane. He's obviously celebrating his the winning of his football team there. I think it was, when was it, Sunday? Rangers, so because I can see plenty of blue in the background. But anyhow, well, not the whole lot against you, Mark. So again, I think it's his big 5-0 for Mark. So happy birthday. It's his birthday on the 11th. So that's in two days' time. And then last but not least, and this is a woman from Fallacullen Park. So this is Orla McGivern. So big happy birthday to Orla. And you'll see her there with Andrew and the rest of the clan, the rest of the family. And it's her birthday 2 days before St. Paddy's on the 15th. So happy birthday, Orla, and hopefully you'll have a great day. And hopefully the weather will improve too. So that's all I have for tonight, Cahill. So yet again, thanks to Destination Newry for this opportunity, and Slán go fóill agus i Hawaii.